Sebi, have you been following the Code Violet situation?
I have not, so I can't wait to hear about it.
Okay, so do you remember a few weeks ago, near the end of 2025, there was this video game that was getting just loads of shit online, justifiably so, because the developers said they were not putting the game on Steam because they didn't want lewd mods, and
Oh my
everyone's like,
god, yes. Oh, this retarded take. Yes, now I remember. Yes.
now, well, it hit early access today, or maybe yesterday by this point, depending on when you're watching it, and it ain't doing so hot. Now, we're gonna go over the IGN review because IGN gave it a terrible review, but this is a
Oh
case of
my god.
IGN being right for the wrong reasons. They're correct about it being a 4 out of 10 game, but their review is also a bad review for a bad game. So we're gonna go through some of this drama. Code Violet, the game that will not be out on PC because the devs do not want vulgar mods, has reviews out. IGN 4 out of 10. Push Square 4 out of 10. Code Violet is a bad game. Code Violet is a mess. Yeah, folks ain't digging this game. So Team Kill Media, for those that need a refresher, we'll just go through this post from this was December 18th. So it's about a month ago. We've deleted the post that defended a certain group of very hateful people. We don't typically delete our posts because we don't believe in cowering to the mob. You already got thoughts? If you got thoughts at any point, just throw them out there, girly.
Oh my god, they're fucking retarded. They are so fucking retarded. It wasn't because it was offending a certain group of very like hate. No, it was not. They're retarded. Did you see the original post and did you see who did it? Because I think if you did, somebody screenshotted it. But go ahead. Sorry, keep reading. I'll look for it.
Yeah, when you say the original post, which one do you mean? Because I mean, I was following this drama like a motherfucker when it was happening last month, so I don't know which one was the original post. So,
it was some stupid trans retard that made.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I don't know if that one came up when we were covering it or not, but if you want to try and find that while I keep reading this, by all
I'll
means.
find it. Go for it.
We remain unaffected by the hate. Now, mind you guys, this is from December 18th. So the game is not out by the time they've made this post. We will get to what they have to say later on. We remain unaffected by the hate we have received over the years. We invest our own money and time into our games. Like us or hate us, we focus on the positive. However, it has now become absolutely unacceptable. Certain individuals are attacking a talented professional we had the honor of working with. By the way, no evidence nor proof of that was ever shown. It is literally trust me, bro, as the source. We believe the vast majority of gamers respect Elena Wiss and want their games to have such talent. And want their games. So the Elena Wiss person, the tranny, the one they had working in the game?
Yeah.
Because it says want their games to have such talent to the voice the characters they will enjoy.
Oh, Elena Wiss. Okay, let me try and look it up because that's what motivated them deleting this post, and I was laughing. It's been a long time. I can't remember exactly. I just remember it was retarded.
Yeah, and Elena Wiss is just the voice actor, right? They're not like the one that it's modeled after, because it's a very sexy female character. Certainly, they must not have used a tranny for that. So yeah, everyone should come together to appreciate her and not try and chase her out of a bright future in games, or maybe one day she could take the stage at the Game Awards. And we remember finally when we were shooting dinosaurs, having a blast as the beautiful Violet. We are privileged to have her as the voice of Violet, and there are no world where she should be subject to even one hateful, disgusting comment. Yeah, that's the internet, bro. Get the fuck over it. As a company, we have the right to choose how and where to sell our games. We've strived to answer public questions honestly, but when some disagree with our responses, they launch attacks. Others use our comments for rage bait, creating posts and videos to stoke controversy and profit from the hate. That's my personal favorite part. Just talking about the news and whether or not we agree or disagree with something is, unless we're dick writing, it's rage bait for profit. Let's see. At this point, we're just never commenting on the garbage thrown at us, and if you do on our page, you are getting blocked, which they stand by. They blocked Atreus. Our page for our fans to come and talk with us and each other. Here's what's new or give input so we can make our games better. Violet has all the extra outfits because so many asked for them. And the reason they bring this up is because so many of the people are saying you're not bringing it to PC. Because not because of vulgar mods or whatever, is because you want to charge for sexy outfit DLC, which lo and behold, guess what they were doing? Charging extra for sexy outfit DLC. If they put it on PC, people just mod it themselves and not buy the DLC. That's what the actual reason is. There have been countless constructive criticism comments that we've taken and implemented. We fully value the feedback that we get from those who are going to play our games. The page can be positive, so we're not going to shut up and talk that way. Many great people on there are the whole reason Team Kill exists. There are those who want us to cower, fail, or go out of business. We're not going to. We will just continue forward, committed to our work, and undeterred. We have many games in the works, and the haters are not getting rid of us. We have almost 10 years invested, and we are here to stay. 10 years invested with 10 years of dog shit reviews. How these people are still around is insane. They have to be. There's no world in which they're not subsidized by Sony. So, do you have anything to add or show before we get into the actual IGN review?
I can't find it. The post I deleted was about the trans dude. It was about that. That's the post that was deleted, that they got a bunch of like bullshit on. So the fact that from what I remember, and what made me laugh was like they were trying to make it sound like, oh, we're taking a stand against whatever. No, they just got murdered on Twitter.
Well, they also got murdered by the games journalists. And here's the dealio. Here's where I'm going to separate myself from, my peers and whatnot. I still love J Bapper, still Smash JT, but here's my thoughts. We spend pretty much all of our time discrediting and denouncing games journalism because these games journalists are fucking hacks. They suck at their job. There's no redeeming quality about 99% of them. So I don't like using them giving this game a bad score as a sort of gotcha or told you so, because that validates the game journalists. So I went through, and rather than just looking on X and seeing, oh, they gave, IGN gave it a 4, I read the review. It's a terrible fucking review. So we're going to go through this review because I want to get your thoughts. Let me love it with you folks right up the top. And by the way, Sevi, at any point you have a comment, go ahead and just say the word. Code Violet is a bad game. No judgment. On some judgment. If you saw the tasteful and sometimes not screenshots and trailers featuring his beautiful brunette protagonist mixing up with dinosaurs and felt compelled to pick it up just to ogle. But if you want anything else from Code Violet, like a compelling story with interesting characters or an engrossing crucible of tense and savvy action horror to conquer, you've come to the wrong raptor-infested space station. The best I can give you is terrible third-person shooting, boring level design, and technical blunders that make stalking through the futuristic bloodbath feel prehistoric. Now, if the review was this and it added to these concepts, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But this review gets worse as it goes on. Code Violet's story is unapologetically tropey science fiction, mixing far future space colonization, genetic modification, and more to make this final girl survival story as impenetrable as possible. So they're saying that it being tropey sci-fi is a bad thing. Already, I think this is a terrible criticism. Now, you could say they didn't execute tropey sci-fi properly. That's one thing. But they're just blanket saying, at least by my read on it, no, they shouldn't have done this at all. This is an outdated model. Games are beyond this at this point.
I have to disagree with that because it's more about the execution and the story that they're telling. I don't think that a particular trope it's outdated and should be outlawed just because people might not like it, because it can still work.
Right, and I agree with you completely. So, are you getting the same read from IGN that they're saying this as if it's a bad thing in general, not that the execution was bad? Okay, making sure that I'm not being or age baited. Bits and pieces of the tale are interesting, though it's mostly limited to side stories and lore found in the journal entries of victims scattered amongst the wreckage. Okay, so like Resident Evil games or Silent Hill games where you get the information and the backstory via notes and journal entries. That's pretty typical of survival horror games. It's like this dude's just upset that it's doing that this game is doing what survival horror games do.
Yeah, there's a lot of games where you get the information as you go along.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't always get it through cutscenes or dialogue. Like there's alternative methods of getting it. Again, that's fine. If they do it poorly, that's one thing, but just doing it that way in general isn't inherently bad.
Yeah.
And by the way, I would have tried this game out and come to my own opinion and conclusions on the game if it were on PC. But since they opted not to do that, I won't be fucking playing it. Let's see. Almost everything you play through and watch in a cutscene form is derivative, awkwardly animated and acted, forgettable, avoiding spoilers even when things get truly bonkers towards the end. In a similar fashion to developer Team Kill Media's Quantum Error from 2023, all the new and drastic revelations that should be monumental to the story at hand instead feel rushed and full of twists and turns that are either undercooked or entirely too convoluted. Now, before we go forward with this review, I would like to point out to you guys that their review of Quantum Error also called the game effectively dog shit. It was a little bit better than this one. They gave it a where's the show? Right here. They gave their previous outing a 5 out of 10. So, like, man, I ain't no fan of IGN. But when even IGN is consistently calling your games ass and your games aren't selling and they've got terrible player counts, like Sun and Bone having a peak concurrent player count of 4. Is this broken clocks right twice a day syndrome?
Well, probably, or maybe like I don't know. I have like the sneaking suspicion that people pay IGN for a score. I don't have any proof of it, so this is just my opinion. It's just I can't trust the stuff. I can't trust it at all. They're very clearly motivated to push an agenda, and if something doesn't fall with it, within that agenda, they do sloppy. I don't know if they spend like 5 minutes on this or not, but this is just sloppy.
Well, remember you said that when we get to a certain part of this article, because the attempt to rewrite history is delicious.
After this, I found the tweet that I was talking about.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll pull that up afterwards for sure. Let's see, where do we go? The very few other characters you meet are barely more than one-note exposition dispensers, and you'll watch your hero Violet worry and cry and never really understand why. Violet herself, okay, there we go. Yeah, this is where the twisting of history is beautiful. Violet herself is a hollow shell with no motivations outside of doing what others tell her to do, as well as being incredulous and weepy when weird and sometimes difficult events arise. She's meant to fill a sort of Jill Valentine or Lara Croft archetype of tough gals that can think their way through most challenges and shoot their way through the rest. But while those two video game legends have agency and capability developed through their laundry list of heroic feats, snappy dialogue, and sometimes dense inner monologue, Violet's own thoughts are about
dense monologues in Tomb Raider?
Are we playing the same game? They're all not only Tomb Raider, but they mentioned Jill Valentine, my personal favorite female character of all time. Guys, there aren't really dense monologues coming from Jill in either Resident Evil game.
No, they're not. Like, clearly they have never played the fucking games.
Yeah, exactly. But it gets, trust me, if you think that this is bad, wait till how they end it. Violet's own thoughts about the happenings around her seem absent from most interactions. She only feels particularly good at anything when I'm in the driver's seat, tiptoeing down hallways and filling dinosaurs full of lead. So you mean the character you're playing as is only a competent character when you, the player, are playing as them?
Jeez.
Like, the point of a fucking video game?
Mind-blowing. Whoa.
Now, here is my favorite part of this entire review. This is doubly damning. Outside of being a missed opportunity to introduce a good new character into the greater video game lexicon, it also makes Code Violet's leering, pervy camera work and extensive dress-up options feel like it's crossing the line from fun into creepy. There are tons of go for it. Go for it.
What? Like, have they not played any other fucking game that has a female character? Come on. Like, what? You want them to wear a fucking paper bag and like wear a potato sack just so that you feel comfortable?
Well, there are tons of characters in the games who successfully make being sexy or flirty a major part of their shtick, and the best ones are those that come across as completely in control of their own image when they do so. So it's unfortunate irony that in a post-Baldur's Gate and Stellar Blade world, they are trying to rewrite history where they actually believed that Eve, was she wasn't overly sexualized, that she was a character with agency after spending like well over a year trying to destroy the game. They're retroactively calling it like a bastion of feminism.
Let me it's hilarious. They talk about post Baldur's Gate Stellar Blade 1. Stellar Blade, I probably chose, like, if you watch any of my Stellar Blade gameplay, I was running around for many times with the Santa's outfit because of how cute her butt looked with the little skirt. It's like, I'm sorry, if I'm gonna play a character, I want her to be hot, you know?
Right.
And so, like, sorry. And then, like, on Baldur's Gate, for the longest time, I had my character running around with like the cute like underwear. Like, dude, come
and
on.
the idea that they're saying in a post Baldur's Gate 3 and
Yeah,
Cellblade world, like in a world where these games exist and it does sexual, like sexy characters the right way,
the
did
right
they not
way. The
spend
right way.
but did these specific journalists not spend a year to a year and a half trying to destroy Stellar Blade
Yeah.
from being a sexy game?
They did, and they went after the mods so hard that some of the mods ended up, and Lexus mods, I think it was, like they ended up like instituting an 18 plus thing, and like they added barriers for you to download the game. So yes, they
Yeah, but now again, we're getting to that point in history, and I wish I had found the meme. Have you seen the one where like it shows Lara Croft and there's this feminist bitching about how sexy she is, and then it cuts to the next game and it's like 2B or something like that, and the feminist is bitching at 2B for being sexy. She's like, why don't you be a bastion of feminism like Lara Croft? And then it jumps to the next one, and it's 2B, and then it's got like Bayonetta, and then the feminist is screeching at Bayonetta, why don't you be a bastion of feminism like 2B? And it eventually gets to where you've got Eve, and they're bitching at Eve for not being a bastion of feminism. And then it's like to be continued, showing that eventually these feminists will start looking at Eve as some bastion of feminism when the next hot video game character is out for the feminists to bitch about.
of course they're gonna do that. That's retarded. And I'm sorry, but generally women like to feel hot and sexy and cute. So what are you gonna do about that?
Today.
Oh, thank you. So it's like, what are you gonna do about that? Like, it's part of the female culture, and only the women that are downright fucking ugly, no offense, are the Karens that are complaining about it. Like, you
Correct.
laugh, but I'm not
It's
wrong.
always the hags, dude. It's always the hags and hoes. Real quick, Dax Narva, a two banger. Bayonetta or 2B? The meme had both. The meme had it was Lara Croft, Bayonetta, 2B, Eve, and there may have been one or two other female characters in there that I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I'd have to go back and find it. One where people have never been more ready to accept hunky himbos in skimpy seductress. Code Violet found one of the few ways to do
What
it
is a
wrong.
himbo? What is a himbo?
Like a himbo
a guy?
is
Like a
yeah,
guy
a himbo is
who's
a male character who's like super hot and attractive, but is lovably dumb.
okay. Well,
That's a himbo.
okay, that's ridiculously stupid, but
Yeah,
okay.
it's a bimbo, but a guy. So a few parts look good at distance, but textures up. So here they talk about the how it just wasn't a visually appealing game. And really, I just want to focus on like the feminist aspect, how they were so upset that you had the sexy characters. So yeah, at the end of the day, this review is trash, but it's for a game that is also trash. So this is their final verdict. Code Violet is not the Dino Crisis successor you may have hoped for. It doesn't even clear the bar of being a successful clone of the various other third-person shooters it cribs most of its ideas from. Its dated map layouts and visual style let its predecessors down. The only weight I felt from its convoluted story and flat, empty characters were on my eyelids. It's an anemic host of enemies are dull and far more scary than the amount of bugs that were in this review. Build that through a priority of developer Team Kill Media's list of fixes. Hit Code Violet's balance, pacing, and life-ending comment from outer space, and they gave
Hypno rated.
Yep, I was about to say,
Hypnotic.
and Hypno came in clutch with the raid shout out. Me and Sevi here are talking some ridiculous trash about IGN and Team Kill Media, Code Violet, the whole nine. So shout out to the bigot army. Y'all are in for some fucking fun.
All right, can I show you my thing?
Yes. Share your screen. And while you're doing that, so knowing what you know about Team Kill Media and about the game, but IGN's review, like what are your thoughts putting all that together while you're sharing your screen?
Oh my god, like it keeps moving. Okay, hold
on. You're good.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is it's stupid. I mean, I can't really say anything about the game itself because I don't know. But all right, so this is the post that you shared, right? So this is what it says. So, however, it has now become absolutely unacceptable. Certain individuals are attacking a talented professional we had the honor of working with. We believe the vast majority of gamers respect a lineup with retard and want their games to have such some blah 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 whatever shit. This is a deleted post. Deleted post. I don't.
Wait,
I
so
don't
this is the deleted post, or this is the one I shared?
no, the one you shared is the one I read. This is a deleted post.
It was a fucking novel like this?
Yeah, so
Holy fuck. What are the cliff
yeah.
notes lit teach?
Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. Did I get the wrong one? Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like this is the one that I brought up.
Oh my god. Okay. Let me find it again because it had way more information about Illinois. Okay. I thought I found it because it's a deleted post. Let me find it again. Yeah, the stuff that they had was going in way more detail about it.
So, but as far as IGN's review, like just for the little bit that we went over, like I said, that my assessment was that, and obviously you said you haven't played the game, so you don't know whether it's a good or bad game. We're gonna go over what the general consensus about the game has been, but like even if we are correct that the game is a 4 out of 10 game at best, that's still a bad, like a poorly written review to justify the 4 out of 10 they gave it, because it was basically for politics reasons and like, oh, gameplay is like an old game. That's a bad reason to do something for.
I mean, I definitely think that like if you're gonna be review the game, you should review it based on what the game is, right? So you should review it based on the storyline, based on the fighting, like if it is wonky or not, right? Is it smooth or not? Are they things that you don't like? So for example, when I was giving my review of Silent Hill F, I talked about the fighting, the cap that you had on your stamina, how it made things so much more difficult, right? The fact that it was kind of harder to get the amulets, right? The little amulets that would like expand and maximize the stuff. And so I talked a lot about that. I talked about like how like you would get jumped, you know, and how easy it was to get out with your life or die. So I talked a lot about the mechanics in the game and then the story of the game. And that's what the review should be. If you're reviewing a game, it should be about the game, not about whether or not you're personally offended because the woman looks pretty or not.
Well, here's what Team Kill Media had to say about all these reviews. They decided to put out their own little statement. We make games for our fans and players who actually spend their hard-earned money on our games to support us, not critics. Fans made us number one, and fans are having fun with our dated, old-school gameplay. You all have made Code Violet our biggest success to date, and we still have one day to full release. We can't thank all of you soon enough. But the funny thing is, do you want to see what the general consensus amongst the gamers actually seems to be?
Yeah.
Let's just scroll here. So all I did was search Code Violet. You look weird as hell in that shirt with a collar. Yeah, again, I found this shirt in my closet. I haven't worn this in ages, but I really like it. Shout out. Thanks for the 2-banger, War Wizard. So we got Mischief here, which I thought was Hypno for the first time I saw this. I cannot wrap my head around why people keep hyping up games from the studio. The Code Violet devs are the same ones who released Quantum Error for 60. If you buy anything from Team Kill Media, you are frankly asking to be scammed. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there was Hypno streaming about this earlier. Let's see. G-Man Lives. Code Violet is easily one of the worst games I've ever played. I am genuinely baffled how the developers think they can charge almost $80 for crap like this. To be fair, I'm pretty sure it was $50, unless you got like the deluxe edition. I've played $10 Unreal Engine asset flips on Steam that are better. That's saying a lot. IGN's 4 out of 10 was too generous. Let's see. We got, the post about it being a 4. Again, I don't want to give IGN credit. I think it was a poorly written review. Let's see. Where are some others? Code Violet 4 out of 10 negative. Game Arrived Dead. That's not really a review. Let's see. We had, because there were plenty of people talking shit. It's got supporters. Code Violet is my 59th platinum. The Blackguard. Code Violet didn't want the game to be modded and have sexy outfits added, so they didn't release a PC version. Imagine the failure of believing this, then getting skewered by an SJW journalist for still having a too sexy game. Hilarious how these people eat each other. And then, the journalist said they don't want vulgar mods, but they do want deluxe editions with vulgar clothing. Hypocrites, well-deserved failure. Code Violet not looking so good. The stands are putting in perfect user reviews with no actual context. So, on Metacritic, They had 12 user reviews giving it a perfect 10. Metacritic has since scrubbed those reviews, or at least they had last I checked earlier. So that's another interesting thing about this. I've got no idea why Code Violet is a top-selling pre-order game on PS5. It's because PS5 got nothing, bro.
PS5 doesn't have a lot of games, period. That's
exactly. This is from Ruby. Honestly, this doesn't quite match what I had in mind for the first PlayStation exclusive of 2026. Guess I overhyped it. So again, somebody who seems they actually played it didn't quite enjoy it. Team Kill Media be like, nah, we're not going to release Code Violet on PC. We don't want gooners to sexualize our main character with PC mods. Also, Team Kill Media, if you buy the deluxe edition, you get skimpy sexualized outfit of our main character. Like, they're roasting this. The first big PS5 exclusive 2026 is officially a dud. Code Violet has landed with a dismal 4 out of 10 for major outlets like IGN. Between the technical glitches, clunky gunplay, horny camera angles, it's safe to say this wasn't the Dino Crisis successor we wanted. Yikes. Code Violet's getting panned with 4 out of 10 reviews, and honestly, even that feels like a participation trophy when the best part of your survival horror game is ragdoll physics and dress-up outfits. You know there's a problem. Save your money, folks. Like, again, I don't even know how do you come back from this? First of all, is this game going to be a yes, it's number 1 in the pre-sales on the PlayStation Store. It officially releases tomorrow. Was there any hope of this game actually being a success by your estimation?
I don't think so. I mean, why release it to PlayStation? I mean, like, it would be one thing if you didn't have the money to make it available in other platforms, because I understand the coding is different, right? But if you want the game to be successful and to be played, you have to release it to PC.
Yeah, correct. Them not putting this on PC was the death knell for this game. I'm sorry. Given production costs and marketing, things like that, I don't see... unless this was truly like, maybe the game is so bad because it's so cheaply made that maybe they could make profit because it was made so on the cheap. But even then, when you've got people saying things like, I'm losing neurons playing this crap called Code Violet, the localization for PTBR is awful, and there's no accessibility, options to increase the subtitle size. Now, they have fixed that. They did patch in earlier today and increase the subtitle size. So they took that criticism fair. At most, I can praise the gameplay, which is kind of fun, but with reservations. The most laggy doll that I don't even know who, and I don't know why they just cut it there. And then Team Kill Media says, the fans and players love Code Violet. The opinions of 2 individuals who didn't like it have no effect. Code Violet has been and continues to be a massive success. We make games for fans and players, not critics. Where are the fans?
I mean, we're going back to the whole modern audience. The modern audience loves this game. Like, I'm surprised they didn't say the modern audience. Well, they did. They said audience, right?
Yeah, they did. They said their audience, their fans.
Yeah, their audience. Well, yeah. I mean, the modern audience doesn't come out and play video games. The modern audience generally is a group of Karens, who just complain and whine all the time. They're not gonna be out there buying your fucking games. Like, if you want to be successful, you have to target actual gamers. You want to target people that are going to be spending 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks a game, and they're buying games repeatedly, which is not the modern audience.
Well, so speaking of the modern audience, let's talk about this dude right here. PS Shots 93. So obviously it's a PlayStation fanboy account. It says, damn, Code Violet looking good. That's from January 3rd. It's before the game is even out. So if you go look at his account, I was curious. So yeah, we got the PlayStation fanboy in the banner here. And then if you look at everything he's retweeted recently, Lena Wiss, voice actor, so happy fans are enjoying the game. Retweeting Team Kill Media. Retweeting Team Kill Media. Retweeting Team Kill Media. Like, dude is so deep in the echo chamber, just like wanting this game to be a success.
Scroll up. Did he really retweet that? Doesn't that go against what Killer Media was saying?
Well, here's the thing. I think this dude is just obsessed with Sony being a success. That's what I think it is. He doesn't care if the game is sexy, not sexy, whatever. He just wants Sony games to be a success because he lives in this world where, again, PlayStation is better than PC.
Mm-hmm. Is it called PS Shots 95?
Yeah, PS period Shots period 93. Let's see. Oh, he's Canadian. Well, that explains why he's a fucking retard.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Let's see. Yeah, Reforged Gaming, Code is the banger for the trash studio. If you looked at Code Violet and thought it was worth more than $20, you deserve to get scammed. Like, oh yeah. All right. Here's one. For the record, despite Code Violet being broken to the point of unplayable, the PlayStation Store does not offer refunds unless you never download the game. Seems like they will need to be mass complaints for anyone trying to get their money back. And that is likely why Team Kill Media went PlayStation exclusive. Not just because of the modding scene, not just so they could sell more skins, but because if you buy the game and you download it, they get their money and they keep their money. It's that simple. Because Steam, you get what, 2 hours of playtime, then you can still refund it.
Yeah.
Like it's, just watched the trailer and it was super jank. Which again, I stand by this. There is such thing as good jank. I think that Fallout 3 and New Vegas are good jank. Like I have fun with those. Sonic Adventure, my favorite game of all time. It's a Dreamcast game. It's got some jank, but it's good, fun jank. 2 hours or 2 weeks. Gotcha. Thank you, Demon Carol. Do not redeem. 2 hours, 2 weeks. I'll have to refund the game if it's well known to be broken. Yeah, I've never refunded a game on Steam because every game that I've got on Steam that I've purchased for myself have been good games that I'm happy to spend the money on. There are times people have gifted me games that aren't necessarily all that great. And you know what? I'm not going to, first of all, I don't think you can refund gift games, but even if you could, I wouldn't do that because it was a gift.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've only refunded one game once, and it was like the game was bugged out and it wouldn't let me continue, no matter what I tried.
And I think that's a very valid reason.
That's the only time I have ever refunded a game.
Now, last thing I want to cover in regards to this is I want to cover.
Do you want to see the guy?
Oh yeah. If you got that, by all means, yeah. Lay it on me if you found it. We'll get that pulled up and perfect. Oh, whoops. Wait, why is it not showing? It says
Are you in the wrong screen?
Oh no, it's sitting there loading. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm just getting there it is. All right, here we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I was just gonna copy.
Oh, you looked him up on Instagram. Nice. All right, what'd you find?
Oh, this is him. Hold on. You're looking.
So yeah, I mean, again, it just seems like a typical fucking Canadian PlayStation
and
fanboy.
His entire account is just screenshots of games. That's it. That's his entire account.
No valid criticism. No, like this is toxic positivity.
That's like, it's the screenshots. Like I don't understand it. It's so worthless, dude.
I'm impressed that, man, never underestimate a woman, her ability to go down the rabbit holes. Like you just found the bits on Instagram like it was nothing.
Yeah, I can probably find his LinkedIn stuff, but
my Insta is my cats. Yeah, I sometimes put my cats on Instagram as well. And it's $75. It might be $75 down under where you are. Here in the States, it's $50. Again, I think the deluxe edition is more expensive, but here in the States, it's $50. He had the same name on Instagram and Twitter. That's one Google. I'm just saying that, like, I wouldn't have considered going to someone's Instagram because I just do everything via X. It's just a feminine thing to do. But so Team Kill Media has been sharing their cope. It is mind-blowing and honor beyond our wildest dreams that it's still number one at the top of the pre-order list. We got them sharing. I want to Team Kill Media. I want to see you win. Next game developed within the strengths of your team skills. Let's do vampires fighting monsters, tight controls, fluid juggle. They say sounds like a plan. I'm going to be honest. Y'all did good on this game. My first Dino Crisis game. It's not a fucking Dino Crisis game. Keep it up. Y'all do a DLC story for it. Even in the early stages of the game, y'all did amazing. And this is from somebody with 4 followers and doesn't show a picture. So I mean, potential bot. Team Kill Media, Code Violet game. You guys have cooked an amazing game. Really brings back Dino Crisis and Dead Space nostalgia with a really good spin on it. You clearly see the passion you guys have for the game by fans. They say thank you so much. I mean, they're just out here. They're retweeting anyone and everyone that says positive shit about their game. Now, to me, that reeks of cope and desperation. Like, they need to prove that people are loving their game. You still with me?
Yeah, I think so too. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those accounts are bots. Usually, they use a lot of bots, and you can tell if by looking to see if they have the same language or very similar language.
I believe anybody that's a Sony fan is a bot, whether they know it or not. Like if you're a Sony fanboy, then you've got the pre-programmed responses and opinions. But yeah, all in all, this game is a failure, or it will be a failure. And this is an insane cope from the devs that made a subpar game at best. That, let's be real, the only reason it is selling as well as it is, if it's selling all that well, is because it's a $50 game that's a PS5 exclusive, and PlayStation gamers literally have nothing. They're chomping at the bit for anything that they can play on their useless box. And so this is a game of convenience more than anything else.
And it's really hard to tell at that point if it's actually doing well, right? Because the PlayStation statistics are not readily available like Steam is, for example.
Right.
So it makes it a much harder. Like they can say, "Oh yeah, we sold a bunch," but like I can't confirm that that's actually a true statement. And we all know companies lie all the time about their sales.
I would say, yeah, Les's Games is correct. They won a one-horse race. That's what it is. They weren't competing against anybody else, so of course they did well. All right, who else? We got some super chats in here. Hit up real quick. Oh wait, we got that one. All right, Demon Carol with a 2-banger. Just play Project Werewolf. It's cheaper and works. I don't know what that is, but I would love to try it. And shout out to DFK for the sub. I truly appreciate you. Yeah. But final thoughts on this. The game's a waste and the company's coping, and you love to see it. Anytime you get these ex retards who throw bitch fits about stuff that isn't real to try and cope and obfuscate from the real reason you put your game on PC. It's a trash game. You knew it's a trash game. Sony subsidizes you, and the refund policy wouldn't work out. Plus, people could mod the games instead of buying your deluxe, sexy, skimpy outfits or whatever. You guys are losers. You always be losers. And that's that.